There's a couple of jingle bell ends and the loose gadgies. Meh. I just thought of that. It's rubbish, wasn't it? This
Yeah.
week, as promised, Christmas movies. Or, as I like to put it, movies that are conventionally played over the Christmas period. So it doesn't necessarily have to have Christmas in it, although the ones I've got do. But I think it's perfectly valid to say that there are Christmas or, in quotes, family movies that would qualify as something that you would watch at Christmas. Now then, I do have a list for you, Mark, and I don't have the years that they were in, which was interesting in itself because I went through, picked out some off the top of my head, did a little bit of research and looked like, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. And then I went back and got all the years of them.
I reckon I'd get pretty close on most of them on the year when you hit me with them.
We'll do that. That's a good bonus round.
Yeah.
So I went back and wrote them all down, and I was like, there's a pattern there. There's a pattern. So, Santa Claus the movie. Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore?
With Dudley Moore back in the day. Do you remember it?
Not really, no. But I would have a reasonable guess at the year.
The one where he becomes a bit of a jealous elf and decides to be his own Santa Claus, and he makes this flying car out of these magic candy cane things. And there was that homeless kid who breaks into that little girl's house, and they end up becoming friends. And
not one on the traditional list. Is that what I would say?
But it was back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's certainly one of the best, I think, modern day Christmas movies.
Right, let's
loads of times. So what year?
Let's challenge your modern day. I'm going to say it's 1986.
85.
Wow.
85. You are close.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have one to counter that? I know you like your usual conventionals and including some black and whites and.
Oh well, if I was going to go from back in the day, I would say A Wonderful Life.
Aye. And A Miracle on 69th Street.
34th.
Aye.
And it's interesting because this afternoon the original black and white was on, but I'm into the one with Richard Attenborough, not David Attenborough.
Aye.
Yeah, really nice movie. Now, that one.
This one, I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed if you disagree with this one. Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Absolutely no chance whatsoever.
What?
No way.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles. It's one of them.
That's not in the Christmas list.
Aye.
It might be yours.
He's trying to get back home, isn't he?
For what?
Christmas.
Is he?
Yes.
Well, Steve
Martin.
Well, I know who it is. Steve. It's the three of them, isn't
it? Candy.
Aykroyd? No.
No, it's
the big guy.
Candy.
Yep. John Candy.
John Candy. Yeah. Come on.
Died on a horse.
Iconic moments in there that have been parodied in all sorts of movies and TV shows since.
No, it wouldn't be on my list. Nope.
Right, what year?
Ooh, we're sort of around about the same period. I'm going to say 83.
Ooh, 87. 87.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about this one. But they are Christmas movies, both of them. Because they happen at Christmas. Die Hard 1 and 2. Come on.
No, I mean this
Cult
is
following.
How shall I put this? This is a mass debate about Die Hard.
Well, the first one it's a Christmas party, and the second one, his wife's flying home.
Well,
over the Christmas period.
To be fair, I can't really remember Die Hard 2 too much, but I obviously do remember Die Hard. I get the bit that it's actually a Christmas party, but outside of the Christmas party, there's really no reference to Christmas.
It's also I would say it's a Christmas movie. What year do you
So
think it is?
they're not under the mistletoe at the end of the movie and kissing because they've won. You know, that's it's just yippee ki yay, mother.
Yeah, and where are my detonators?
Yeah,
I was once accused of looking like Hans Gruber.
were you?
Yeah,
That's what it makes
when I had me goatee
you
on
go.
one of my old photos. Yeah.
Is that
What?
another? That's another '80s movie, though, isn't it? We're going sort
Yeah.
of
What year?
'85.
No, 88 for the first one and 1990 for the second one.
Not bad.
Now
Yeah.
this you must have. We'll see. We'll see. Trading Places.
No. The only good thing about that
What's the matter with you?
is is um is that fit
Jamie
woman.
Lee Curtis.
Yes,
Yeah.
where she gets into bed with
Aye.
the big bloke.
Aye.
Yeah. Um, but that's Eddie Murphy, isn't it?
Eddie Murphy. Yep.
Actually, the film Trading Places, I like. The principle of the film, it was good.
Bear in mind,
What
I
about
added the qualifier that it would be something you could watch at Christmas.
nah,
So not necessarily a Christmas focused movie.
I would want to be getting into the Christmas vibe. None of them would be in my top three, I have to say.
I mean, these aren't
If I was going to
my
watch
top ones, but these are ones that I would typically watch at Christmas when I was growing up.
Trading Places, I'd go 89, something like that.
Ooh, 83.
83, oof. Early for Eddie.
Next one, you're probably going to hate this one as well. Gremlins.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, Gizmo.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't one of my fun movies. That I just
Does he
once
get him
the-
as a Christmas present and that, doesn't he?
does
Little
he?
Mogwai. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, at the time it was ahead of its time, wasn't it, in terms of
Yeah, there's a lot
animation?
of animatronics and whatnot in there, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, not in my list. No.
Do you know the year?
What?
Do you know the year?
Oh,
What year it was?
ooh, that would yeah, that's going to be 87,
No, 84.
84. I'm in the right.
This
Well,
one,
it's interesting. It's interesting. All of your movies have been in the 80s.
purely by accident, because I didn't know the years. I just saw a list of things that I hadn't thought of, and I went, "Oh, I like that. Yeah, yeah, that's not a bad
Yeah.
one. That's not bad. I used to watch that a lot. I've seen that a few times." And I just started noting them down. Then I went back because I saw the year on one of them. I was like, "Oh, let's go and get the rest." Nice little pattern. This one. This one is perhaps more in your wheelhouse, I think. Scrooged.
Which one?
Bill Murray.
Nah, you see. Yeah, there's so many of them, isn't there?
Bill Murray.
There's the animation. There's the others.
Nah.
I
Just
actually
this.
like the movie and the principle of, is it Ghosts, past, present, and
Yeah,
future?
it was all about Ebenezer Scrooge, wasn't it? It's like a rehash of what do you call it? A
Carol.
Christmas Carol, yeah. So it's like a
Yeah.
retelling of that.
Who
And
wrote that book?
Um,
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff Hurst.
Somebody famous. Yeah.
Is it Lewis? No,
Lewis Carroll? No, no.
Christmas
Um,
Carol. Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens. Oh yeah. Flippin'. But yeah, I actually like that. I wouldn't specifically remember that movie because they've all sort of blended into one when you sort of say
There
Scream.
is that. There are a million retellings of that story, and it's been
Yeah.
ripped off.
I mean, even the BBC would do an annual sort of thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. True.
If Bill, do you say Bill Murray was in it?
Bill Murray, yeah.
So we're going. I'm guessing really 82, 83.
No, 88.
Hmm.
88. This one's a good laugh. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, when he has to try and get that that superhero toy for his kid, and this other guy gets the last one, and they end up having a fight about it throughout the whole. The whole movie's basically them two having a bit of a scuffle.
Well, it was on Heart this week. There was a question about that movie, and it said who played the part, Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I didn't know the answer.
Aye, it was Arnie.
It was Arnie.
Arnie back in the day. It was during his sort of kindergarten cop kind of era, and Twins, and doing those sorts of movies.
They're doing another Twins next year, aren't they?
Are they?
Him and Danny, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I've seen him in Jumanji. Danny DeVito. It was quite good. I've enjoyed all the later Jumanjis. They've been quite fun. And Welcome to the Jungle, that was pretty good. With The Rock.
Yeah.
When do you think that one was?
Arnie. Oh, well, I'm going to say 92.
Ooh, in the right direction. It's 96.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, we took a leap there, didn't we? From what we did the previous ones.
I was surprised. I honestly thought that would be in amongst the 80s as well. And then this one, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
You were off the charts, you. Off the charts. That was semi-porn for our days.
Well, I like these non-conventional sort of having a bit of a laugh. And I love an action movie, and I'm not into musicals and things that are overly emotional and whatnot. So,
I think that, to be fair though, I think I'm not a particularly emotional person myself, or I've learned to be over the last few. I think I learned to become a hugger, didn't I? Which was very disconcerting for you. I learned to become a hugger, and so those type of movies, what you're talking about there, they do make me sort of think deeply about sort of the emotional side.
Well, this one was later than I expected. Year-wise. This is a clue. So what do you think?
What? Get me to guess the movie from that?
No, what year it was.
What movie are you talking about?
National Lampoons.
Oh, Lampoons. Oh, I'm 84.
No, 89.
Is it?
Now,
it's quite late.
There's three. One I could be convinced because I've watched it more than once. Home Alone from 1990, right? That's one of them. I've watched it a couple of times. It's a little bit cheesy, but there's two. There's two here. As I was scrolling through other people's lists, I'm going, oh, this definitely this.
Yeah.
Was Love Actually.
Yep.
And Elf.
Elf, good shout.
They can go in the bin. I don't find Will Ferrell funny.
How dare you?
All of his jokes are predictable. I can watch his movies and tell you when the punchlines are coming, what they're going to be. That he's just too predictable. And that wouldn't be so bad if it was funny. But the stuff that he does is just...
Love Actually is good because it's multiple stories within one. That's why it's nice. And they all come together at the end, which is predictable, but, iconic scenes with, what's-his-face dancing to the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah. Hugh, what's-his-face?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, yeah.
Yeah, I do like that movie. Her, I forget when she finds out her husband's been having an affair, and they talked at length about. They did about 8 takes of that scene where she cries, and she could just turn on the tears just like that, which is brilliant acting. Emma, I forget what her name is.
Or it suggests she's had some not so good pain in her life, and she can call on it at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
to make herself cry, right?
Love Actually, I would play that, tonight.
And you say you're not emotional, but when we look at your movie choices, they're more emotional than mine for sure.
Definitely, no. I love watching emotional films, and Anita will, from the other side of the room, say, "Do you want your tissues now?" And I'll go, "Yeah."
Well, they were both Elf and Love Actually were both 2003.
wow, that 20 years ago.
20 years, aye.
Flipping heck. I would never
I wouldn't
guess
have.
20 years,
I wouldn't have
you
either.
know.
I was surprised.
Um, what's missing from there? Have you got any more?
Nah, those are the ones
I
that I
would
thought might be fun choices and things that I would watch over Christmas.
come on. What about The Holiday?
The Holiday.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
How dare you?
The Holiday. Let's have a look.
That's a Christmas movie.
2006. Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
Black and my favorite
I
lady.
don't think I have ever seen it.
That is a good Christmas movie.
Wow, that looks like a good block of cheddar though. Like,
It is.
It is full on.
It's full cheese.
90 slices of cheese and toast right there.
Yep.
And some leftover for some baked potatoes.
Yeah, I actually looked up to see if the cottage exists that's in the English countryside.
Yeah.
Only to find out, disappointingly, they actually made a fascia of the cottage
Did they?
and then basically dismantled it after the movie. It doesn't exist. Yeah, but it's a nice chick flick, as we would call it.
Yes.
Um,
So any more for any more? You're gonna. You've got a few minutes left to convince us.
what about Grinch?
Which one? The animated
with,
one or the Jim Carrey one?
Jim.
I've seen the Jim Carrey one and I surprisingly enjoyed it. Like, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
I'd watch it again, man. I mean, don't ask me to watch an Adam Sandler Christmas movie. That all of his movies are pretty much the
I
same.
didn't know there was one that exists.
It probably is because he's a very
It was
stereotypical sort of.
what I would do is like I look every now and then. I look at the audience to see what's coming on, and to go to a showing of A Beautiful Life or whatever it's called.
I still haven't seen
A
it.
Wonderful Life, A Wonderful Life. It's actually on in Christmas, so that they obviously, and I would go and watch that.
I've heard that some cinemas do, and that there are people I've worked with that look for cinemas that are playing it and do it as part of their Christmas sort of traditions, if you like. Try and see it in the cinema if it's on anywhere. I still haven't seen it.
See if it's on coming up. See if they've got films coming up, coming soon. Christmas Carol. Yeah. Oh. No, it didn't seem like no. No, they must have either played it or finished it or whatever. But yeah, it was an interesting list. Bizarrely, that again, a bit like Christmas songs that we did the other week. A lot of the classics are stuck in the 80s, aren't they? And early 90s.
This is part of the sort of realization I had was that the stuff that feels still entertaining or cool that I would still watch today, it is all back then. And is that to do with the emotional attachment because I grew up with it, or is it because that it is good? So I was trying to hunt down something more modern, and that's when I started seeing these Love Actuallys and Elves, and I was like, I don't like that. And I'm not keen on Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Tim Allen as it is. I've never really found him all that funny. Like his self-improvement TV show thingy, that was never that funny for me. So I think that's about the most recent I could think of was The Santa Claus, because you can go on Disney Plus and there's like 90 versions of it on now. Right now, or you go into like Netflix and the other streaming platforms, create these Christmas collections, and you can click on it and it shows you all of the Christmas movies in one place. But they'll throw a few things that they think are Christmassy, and I'm like, nah, no, ooh, no. So I end up just coming back out of it going, I don't want to watch any of that. There's too many songs in that one, and that one, and that one. Oh, I'm not watching musicals, man. And then, I might see if I can get my hands on a copy of Die Hard somewhere. It's bound to be on one of these streaming platforms.
Got to be.
Anything else? At least one more? Any other example that you would encourage me to check out?
Nah, that would be it. Love Actually obviously would be on there, and 34th Street, Wonderful Life, and The Holiday.
And not what's her face, Bridget Jones. None of that.
Nah, not Christmassy.
Well, controversial.
Mm.
There you go. I thought it might be. Well, he's bound to like at least one or two of these. No, shot them all down. Even the National Lampoons. With all its slapstick and daftness.
Yeah.
Although Scrooged, you weren't so. Except that there's about 6,000 versions of it. Which is a fair comment. It's a fair comment. So what we got coming up next? You're doing Christmas trees, right?
I'd be doing Christmas trees
and things surrounding, and something you're going to reveal.
Yes.
About you and Christmas trees.
Stats that me and Anita are currently joining.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Not sure how it'd be, but I need to hear more before passing judgment. So, yes. So that'll be Thursday, and this is Tuesday, in quotes, inverted commas. Likes, subscribes, follows, comments.
Just to add on there, interesting. The brother-in-law turned up who watches the show quite regularly. A lot of people don't understand what subscribe means. They think that subscribe means payment. Subscribe does not mean payment.
No.
Please explain, Simon.
So subscribe is the same as follow on YouTube. You have follow on Apple and Spotify and other platforms, but it's called subscribe, like you would subscribe to a newspaper but for free. Becoming a member though on YouTube is the paid version, same as although you can have a paid subscription on Apple, so that does confuse the terminology somewhat, but that's why I just say them both, like follow, subscribe. I shall think of another way of putting that.
Yeah.
Anyway, if there is a like button, because there isn't one on, you can leave a review on Apple though. We're all 5 stars on Apple. There's not much of an engagement on Spotify, like a way to rate. Is that wrong? Spotify? It's been a while since I was on there. Other than uploading stuff to it, as I use YouTube Music these days. We're having a premium YouTube account, so I can get rid of all the adverts. So hit the various buttons to follow, so you know when all of our stuff's coming out. It's the freest and best way you can help us out and get us into the algorithms. But until Thursday, drop down all your favourite movies, and you can make fun of my list if you like, and take care.